To successfully complete this module, you will spend up to 25 hours of reading and viewing online content. We recommend spending additional time reflecting and making notes on the material that you have engaged with in this module. At the successful conclusion of your study in this module, you will accomplish the following two outcomes. Firstly, you will develop the capacity to explain what is meant by the social brain and to discuss the fundamental link between sociation, that is, the social, and the development and function of the human brain. Secondly, you'll be able to frame this knowledge within the 9 principles drawn from neuroscience that Professor Luis Consolino suggests educators need to know about the brain. Please note that in addition to content created by us, you'll be guided through readings and video recordings which have been selected from sources that are freely available online. Each of these external resources will open in a new browser window. It is therefore important to navigate and study this module whilst you remain connected to the internet. Lastly, to successfully complete this module, you will need to complete the quiz, which can be located towards the end of the module. The quiz can be taken as many times as you like, and please follow the instructions provided. The module is structured in the following way. At the outset, we look at a short video in which I interview Professor Kemp Hurnell to explore what we mean by brain-based education. We then look at the 9 things outlined by Professor Consolino, starting with the notion that the brain is the social organ and what is actually meant by this, conceptually speaking. We propose that the concept is a fundamental one in understanding how the human brain develops and functions. Then we look at what is meant by the statement that we have 2 brains, which refers to the 2 cerebral hemispheres of the brain. One hemisphere is credited with the site of emotion and the other with cognition, roughly speaking. At this stage, we also outline why early learning is so powerful. Next, we ask whether conscious awareness and unconscious processing of information and emotions happen at different speeds. Indeed, they do. We explore how the mind, brain, and body are intertwined. Exercise, good nutrition, and environmental factors influence optimal neuroplasticity, that is, the development of new neurons and neural connections, and underpins better memory formation and learning. Neuroscience also informs us that the brain has a short attention span, which means that repetition and multiple ways of engaging with knowledge is key to facilitating deeper learning. But we also need to remember that fear and chronic stress impair learning. And we also look at what stress is and what neurobiology can teach us about it. Finally, we pause to consider the 2 last principles that Luis Consolino frames for us. Firstly, it's important to understand that our brains project. That is, we pay attention to the emotions and behaviors of others, but we rarely do this for ourselves. And secondly, that learning happens more efficiently by emphasizing the big picture and then encouraging and facilitating processes through which students discover the details for themselves. So that's a brief outline of the module's structure. Now let's begin.